First published in 1843, Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol has become one of the most enduring holiday tales of all time. Set in the 19th century, it is a story of redemption, compassion, and the spirit of Christmas. The protagonist of the novella, Ebenezer Scrooge, is a miserly skinflint who values money above all else. During the story, Scrooge is visited by 4 different ghosts who attempt to change Scrooge's selfish and stingy ways by showing him disturbing visions of the past, present, and a yet undetermined future. Our story begins with Ebenezer Scrooge showing us just how much he despises Christmas. He begrudgingly allows his underpaid clerk, Bob Cratchit, a single day off to celebrate the holiday. Scrooge's dislike of the holiday season is evident in his frequent declaration,
"Bah, humbug!"
Scrooge further shows his contempt for Christmas when he refuses to give any alms for the poor to charity workers when they pay a visit. And then once more when he dismisses an invitation to Christmas dinner from his kind and friendly nephew, Fred. That night, Scrooge is visited by the ghost of his former business partner, Jacob Marley, who has been dead for 7 years. Bound in chains forged by his greed, Marley warns Scrooge that he faces a similar fate unless he changes his ways. Marley foretells the arrival of 3 spirits who will guide Scrooge toward redemption.
Ebenezer Scrooge! Ebenezer Scrooge! Bah, humbug!
The first of the 3 apparitions to appear is the ghost of Christmas past. This spirit takes Scrooge on a journey, visiting his younger self at key moments throughout his life. Scrooge witnesses scenes that remind him he was a lonely child, but also how kind his sister Fan was during their childhood. He then seems somewhat subdued when the ghost hints that Fan died while giving birth to his nephew Fred. The ghost of Christmas past reveals moments of happiness and love, which Scrooge lost in his pursuit of wealth. In particular, Scrooge sees how his greed drove away Belle, the love of his life, who eventually breaks up with him when she realizes that his first love is money. Next, the ghost of Christmas present appears to Scrooge and reveals how others celebrate the season, even in times of hardship. Scrooge is taken to the modest home of the Cratchit family, who, despite their poverty, share love and laughter. Scrooge is particularly moved by Tiny Tim, Bob Cratchit's frail but joyful son, who declares,
"God bless us, everyone."
The ghost of Christmas yet to come is the spirit who appears to Scrooge next, and he will show the miser a most terrifying future. The ghost begins by showing Scrooge several scenes of people jokingly discussing someone's death. It is clear that the people are happy to see the back of this mystery man, and in one scene they even divvy up the dead man's belongings. Finally, Scrooge is presented with the veiled corpse of this man, but is unable to lift up the deceased man's veil because he fears he might reveal his future self. Scrooge is so upset about how people could be happy with the unknown man's death that he begs the ghost to take him to see someone else who actually feels a tender emotion about death. The ghost then shows him the Cratchit family mourning the death of Tiny Tim, which deeply saddens Scrooge. The ghost of Christmas yet to come then confirms Scrooge's own lonely demise by taking him to a churchyard. Here he approaches a neglected grave and reads upon the stone his own name, Ebenezer Scrooge. Horrified, Scrooge begs for another chance, vowing to change his ways so that these scenes of the future can also be changed. Awakening on Christmas morning, Scrooge is a changed man. He becomes generous and kind, rushing out onto the bustling high street to share the spirit of Christmas to one and all. He gives a fortune to the charity workers he had snubbed the day before and sends round a huge turkey to the Cratchit's house. He also pops into his nephew's house and is the life and soul of the party. Finally, he goes round to the Cratchit's house and gives Bob Cratchit a well-deserved pay rise. He also pays close attention to Tiny Tim, becoming almost a second father to him, and as a result, Tiny Tim's health greatly improves. Scrooge's redemption is complete, and he is remembered as a man who kept the spirit of Christmas alive every day. Thank you for watching A Christmas Carol 5-minute summary. This video is actually part of a complete lesson unit aimed at teachers and homeschooling parents alike. The lesson bundle includes presentations, worksheets, reading comprehensions, and puzzles to help your students while they are studying Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. More details can be found by clicking on the link in the description below. Meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, watch some of our other videos, and check out our website at elite.org.